Here we go.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, Kate. I'm so glad to be here with you. Yay!
Yay! I love hanging out with you, Aley. I think we bring out some really interesting things for each other. You know,
I
that
agree.
one thing to
Yeah.
another thing to another, that the sparks start to fly, and it's just such an exciting experience. And so I missed it. You know, it was like,
I know.
we gotta get on.
We got to get on. We got to do it. I know. So we're going to try, everybody. We're going to try to be on at least once every other week. And although the holidays are coming up, and I know that's a difficult time for everybody, but we'll see what we can do.
Right.
Yeah. And I have some time off, actually have some time off after the 13th of December until January 3rd. So that will be nice. That would be nice to have.
Really nice. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Catch up on all the things that you set aside for, I can't right now. Right?
Yeah.
All kinds of things. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's nice to have that time out, right? You know, to have that separate, you know, of just sitting and being quiet, or having the day be yours. You know, doesn't belong to anyone else. It's just
that's right.
You get to go do whatever it is that you want to go do.
Which might just be a nap, you know?
Yeah. But even a nap is like, you don't have to answer to anyone. There's no alarm set, right? Mm-hmm. So that kind of freedom is really awesome.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
So, here's everybody. I didn't see anybody at first. We have Craig here, and Pierrette, and T-Barb, and Amanda, and MJ. Hi, everybody. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming by. So I got DoorDash. I had them bring my dinner, and then I decided I wanted some Starbucks, and I didn't want to go out and get Starbucks. Hi, Linda Thompson and Susan and Diana. It's nice to see you.
And Erin.
So I finally get the drinks delivered to the door, and I pick it up like this, and the whole bag at the bottom, it's already all leaked everywhere.
Oh,
all the drink and everything. And I thought, it costs a lot of money to have that done. Oh my God. So anyway, what a mess. Not my day.
Is there anything else can they take it back?
They gave me a credit. They gave me a credit for that drink anyway. But yeah. But anyway, what are you going to do? I should, anybody else would say, just get in your car and go get it yourself.
But isn't it super cold right now? I know that some parts of the country are freezing.
It's 29 degrees, and so I pulled out my baby it's cold outside cup. Because it is.
It's cold outside. Yeah, it's really, really cold. And I know that where Diana is, it is snowing and
no good internet for her. Hi, Manasa. Thanks for coming by and saying hello before you go to bed. Sweet dreams to you. Write them down so we can analyze them soon.
Remember to come back and share them with us.
Yeah. Hi, Erin. Hi, Lise. Hi, Jess. It's good to see everybody. Thanks for coming by. Yeah.
We, you know, it's so interesting that whenever I mention to people that I love analyzing dreams, they, you know, at first they give me this odd look, like, you do what?
I know.
But, you know, I'm kind of used to that odd look because my life growing up I was always sort of the weird one, you know, and the giggly one, and, you know, they could hear me laughing in Texas, so it was okay. But once they start to see that it really is a message, it's so like pivotal. And to me, it was like, it's like, you know, they say, you know, Katie, once I understood what the dream was, I never had the dream again. I just
and you helped me make sense of it, and that's really the hope that, you know, you can do that. So T-Barb, Kate and Aley was actually spelled Allie, and it was about two friends, wasn't it? I think it was about two neighbors or two friends that lived next door to each other or something like that. But my daughter's name is also Kate. And so when my daughter always used to say, "Oh, we're Kate and Aley," you know. So when I met this wonderful Kate, I said, "Well, we'll just pick that right up again." Yeah.
Why not? There's a rhythm to it.
There is a rhythm. Yeah. But no, it's not a cop show, because it was Cagney and Lacey that was the lady cop show, right?
Yeah. We're more like Laverne and Charlie.
As long as I'm not married to Squiggy, I'll be all right.
Oh my gosh, I haven't thought about that character in so long.
I
It's
know.
so cute.
Yeah. And then there was Carmen Raguso, or he was the handsome one, the Latino guy, and everybody thought he was hot. And
Well,
Lenny and Squiggy.
when the hot spot is the bowling alley,
Right.
you gotta wonder.
Yeah. And every time, when I was growing up, the bowling alley in my area was 14 or 15 miles away, and you didn't have a car. You couldn't go there. So it was like the Girl Scouts would go to a bowling night or something, and it was like so exciting.
It was exciting. The music was nice. They put on the disco ball. Try not to fall down and embarrass yourself. Right?
Yeah.
I was always so jealous of the ones that could go backwards. And I was like, how do they not bump into someone? Right? How
Oh, are you talking about the roller skating rink?
Yeah, like in the where they go around and around and around.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Yeah.
What you're gonna crack up with this one then. So the one we did go to with Girl Scouts or the youth group or something, there was a little doorway in one corner. You have to go around, but it was like blocked off. Nobody went out. It was like a fire exit. Okay. And this young gal was going around the corner of that fire exit, and she slipped, and her legs went up from under her, and her hips were so wide she was stuck in she got stuck in the door jamb. And I felt so bad for her to begin with, and then when that happened,
poor thing. Yeah. Did she move out of town?
She probably should. Yeah. Susan, you fell down many times. I did ice skating, but not necessarily roller skating.
My mom ice skated too. Then she grew up in Washington, where they would go out on the lake. And that was no fee, no cost, no problem.
That's right.
But they had to know how to do it in order to survive. I mean, it was weird because it wasn't really sport. It was more like, no, you need to know how to do this.
It used to be the same way with cross country skiing in Massachusetts when my dad was growing up. In order to get around, there's no car or bicycle or whatever. And of course, this was in the 30s and 40s. He would ski down to see my mother and ski home. Yeah, I know.
With some sort of lantern or something. It makes you wonder, right? By the light of the moon. I mean, wow. Yeah. I would be just lost.
Did you ever have one of those little puff things you put your hands in?
Oh, muff, yes.
Oh, muff.
Rabbit muff.
The ears.
Yes, those were lovely.
It just reminds me of also going to church, and all the old ladies with the blue hair would be sitting in the pews, and they'd have a fox fur thing on with the head.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. So sweet. So much fun.
I know. Yep. Forget roller skating. Everybody was safer that way. I agree. Lise. Yeah. I didn't go as many times because I think I would have landed on my elbows and my shins. But some funny, the rabbit fur muff. Yes. Yes, Amanda. Yep.
It was wonderful. And the bowling, the whole thing with bowling too, it was like, no, you had to throw the ball. Your leg had to go out from underneath you, almost like a curtsy. Right?
Yeah.
You're almost doing a curtsy.
That's right. Yes.
On the leg,
yes.
right? And I think I was watching Emily Blunt show Stephen Colbert how to do a curtsy, and I thought that kind of looks like a bowling move.
A bowling move.
Yes. Like rolling.
I know. Yeah. When I was doing it, we would do like 3 strings, but we had candle pins. They were small.
Okay.
Not the big ones. And so you could throw 3 of them. You had 3 chances, but you had to really lob that sucker down there really fast. And so in the very beginning, I'd always get really good scores because I had all this energy, and I would take it and just whip it down. Oh, yeah. By the 3rd one, I'm like, ooh, can't do it anymore. Just can't do it. Yeah.
And then as my kids started to grow up, and they were doing what they called bumper bowling. So they would.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I was like, "No, that's just cheating." Okay,
that is cheating.
That's just cheating.
It is cheating.
It used to feel like my brother, who was so strong, would just, like you're saying, wham it down. Okay. And he was so strong that sometimes it would even bounce before it would, like, it wouldn't glide. It would like bounce down the aisle. And then everything, all the pins would just go flying. Like, well, of course it's going to be a strike because they're all hitting each other. There's no skill there. How did that happen?
I know. And then you got people that would basically throw it like a baseball, like.
Oh my gosh. Look out. Look out. It's coming. It's coming.
Hi, Anita. Craig, you had ice skating in your area. Yeah, ice skating was always so much fun. I don't see very many people doing it anymore. But again, I'm sure in your area or mine, there's not as many. We do have a drive-in movie theater up near my husband's office, though.
Oh, I am so
We're gonna go. We're gonna go there. Yeah, we're gonna go there next summer. Take the dogs with us.
My dad would not let us do a movie unless it was Bond, James Bond.
Oh, James.
Yes, James Bond. And he would pile us all into the car. So we were like 5 kids and 2 adults. And I swear I only saw the beginning of the da-da, da-da, and the music. And I'd be so lost, and it was so comfy back then. It was like, and I think that was part of why they did it that way, was because they knew we were going to fall asleep. So that
they must have had that intuition, because if you ever watched Goldfinger, that one, that was pretty sexy for that time.
Yes, it was. I saw it as an adult and thought, my dad took us to see this.
I know. Yes.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yes, Craig. People used to sneak in too. Oh, you have a dream, Erin? Okay, let us know what it is. We would love to know. Yeah. I remember sitting in the back seat of at a drive-in theater with my boyfriend and my other couple in the front, and we took the speakers from both speakers and we stuck them in the back so we could all hear it.
Yeah.
And when we went to leave, we forgot, and the speakers bashed me in the head.
Oh no!
And that's what happened to me.
Oh,
that's why I'm crazy. Yeah.
We won't tell. We love the crazy in you. We won't.
And
tell.
it ripped the speakers right out. I mean, he didn't do it on purpose. He really didn't. But yeah. Yes, wow. Jess, ask a question, please do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, now this is an interesting. You've had a few dreams where you were rendered mute by someone's power or attention. Wow.
Wow.
Do you know those people's, did you know the people that you were doing that to you? Because my first feeling is that you felt you couldn't be heard by them. Mm-hmm. Oh, and paralyzed. Oh, goodness. Really? That person had total control. Huh.
It may have been a time in her life, too, where she felt there were no options. There were no options to speak out or to be heard, or that anyone would hear her. And that she felt frozen in that moment, in that situation. But you can also take a look at it from the flip side of thinking, no, warning, don't say anything.
That's true.
Anything.
That's true.
Don't move. Don't, be careful. And, that protection of if she were feeling hurt or in pain during the dream, I would say that it was someone else trying to manipulate her. But if there wasn't a sense of impending pain, then perhaps it's her guides saying, hush now, be quiet now. Don't do this. Don't rock the boat. Don't bring it up. Don't say anything.
But that we also have situations in life where we don't feel like we can express what it is we want to say because of fear,
right?
Or retaliation. The other thing is, it reminds me a lot of who's driving a car, right? If it's somebody else driving a car, then you're not in control of your own life. If you're driving a car, you're in control.
Right. Wow. So this one makes me think that there was some other element that was in control of the situation. I wonder if, Amanda, if you could tell us if this happened when you were a child.
Yeah, she says, okay. She said it happened a few times. Yeah, let us know when it was. if you can even remember what might have been going on at the time that this dream happened. She said one was on a spaceship, and a crying woman walked by and said, "You don't say anything." And I'm not trying to be spooky here and say, have you been abducted or anything like that? But that is a possibility. Because a lot of people have a memory of something like that, and they have been paralyzed. They're not able to do anything about it, but they can.
Very true. Yeah, very true.
But again, I'm not trying to be creepy here about it. It's, it's very possible that it's some sort of a psychological thing that was going on at the time. So
right, an acknowledgement, that they see you, that they know what's going on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, she said it was a while back. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes dreams are so powerful that even when they're a while back, that's why you remember it so well, because it was like one of those. Yeah, it's like, wow, because I know that I'll remember the other day I had this dream and it went on and on and on. And I was going here and doing this and doing that. And I'm thinking, ooh, I got to analyze this. And I got up for some reason, the dog barked or whatever. And then by the time I came back, I had forgotten the whole thing. So.
Don't you love it when that happens?
No, I know.
You want to hit it on replay or rewind.
Yeah.
Go back. I missed that part.
Yeah, push the tape record button backwards.
That would be nice.
Oh, all right. So Erin's listed up her dream, and it's in a couple of parts. So she had a dream. I was at a house with my former sister-in-law. Okay, I was going to say your former sister-in-law. Your hair was also dyed. It was just us when the house began to fill up with other family members, former in-laws. Okay. And she noticed I didn't have pants on. Okay. She gave me a pair. Then all of a sudden I couldn't find them. I was running into people and felt embarrassed. Then hopefully I have the rest of it here. Oh, yep. I had a dream last night. I was in a house with my former sister-in-law. Oh, no, you already said that. Okay. All right. Let's see what we can come up with this so far then. I'm getting a lot of former people and their other family members, former in-laws. Mm-hmm. So this is something from the past. And you didn't have a pair of pants. So she gave you one to wear, but then you lost them. So you were embarrassed. So you apparently were, I don't know, naked or in your underpants from the waist down, I'm guessing. Mm-hmm.
I kind of think that it's a signal that a part was exposed, a part was revealed, something was being revealed, and that this was not something to be ashamed of, because there isn't really that feeling of ridicule or, she offered up care, right? She was caring. So support was available for something that was going to be revealed or exposed, possibly in a health issue because of the way that it's within your own house. It's a piece of your house. So your house represents your body. The fact that you have the relatives and the in-laws that you're comfortable with could have meant that it was a temporary type of condition that was going to be explained, that health would be offered. And the fact that you had lost it, maybe a type of awareness that says, hold on now, it's coming. Mm-hmm. It's here. Mm-hmm. It's available to you. I'd like to see what the last part is. If we can
so my feeling is that she loses her cover up, mm-hmm. Or loses her cover, and she's embarrassed. So these are former in-laws and former in-laws relations. So maybe there was a cover up with regard to what happened
within the family,
or within her brother or sister's relationship with the ex.
Interesting.
So I'll see if I can find the rest. I think I told you guys this story before, but the other day I had a fantastic animal communicator on, and if you get a chance to watch it, she's just phenomenal. But anyway, there was a lady that used to go to church every Sunday, and she had a cat, and every time she came home from church, there's cat poop on the bed. Oh. And she can't figure. Her husband stays home, and so husband doesn't know what the deal is. All of a sudden, so this keeps happening. So finally, the lady starts to think, maybe I should just hang out and see what's going on. So she did. She drove out, I guess, and walked back. And her neighbor had come over while she was gone, and apparently had a great time with her husband.
Oh my!
And the cat knew that the marriage bed had been defiled, and that's why.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. So between a dream and animal communication.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I
incredible.
know.
Kittens are pretty amazing, they really are.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Then one of his, I'm getting here. Do we have this? Okay, here it is. Then one of his cousins started hugging me, then kissing me, telling me he was happy to see me.
It's kind of hard to know whether or not these people were crossed over, or whether or not they, were still here with her, still alive. Because it could be a visitation dream, something being exposed within the family, and them telling her, no, it's okay. We're sending you love. We're supporting you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Let us know. I'm taking a guess that they're not deceased. I'm taking a guess that they're still alive. But I will tell you that I had a dream about my first husband a couple of weeks ago. I never dream about him. He means nothing to me. He's my daughter's father. And I wrote her and I said, I don't know why he showed up, but I'm not real sure if something's going to happen to him because, I don't know. And, but I was very uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. It was like, I don't want to go back there. I don't want to, no, I don't. I want to go forward. Yeah. Connie B thinks it is being exposed. Yeah.
Yeah. And she says they are alive and they are here.
Okay. So yeah, I'm guessing that these people probably know some secrets, and just like your side probably knows some secrets, and there's some exposure going on, and you feeling vulnerable around them because they're exes, and the cousin kissing you is almost it's almost as though they're trying to maintain that relationship with you. In your mind, we don't want this to go away. We still think of you as family, but it depends on how you felt about it. And I'm not sure you feel comfortable with that part of the dream. So, wow.
Very interesting.
Very interesting is right. All right.
Very, very interesting. So, Erin, if you would like us to go into more detail, or if you would like to give us more detail, you can always email the Dream Detectives at gmail.com.
Definitely.
So in that way, we can give you a more detailed explanation of what comes through for us intuitively. Sometimes,
but the other side of it is you are the one in charge of the real meaning of it, Erin, because it's your dream. Yeah. Right. So we can give you some, some help, but you're the one who ultimately makes the decision about how you feel about what happened in that dream.
Exactly.
Okay. What's this, Greg? You had a dream where Diane of Diane's Tarot was reading you, but you were in New England doing it. It was pleasant. Time in New England took me away. Long rocky beaches, you by the bay. Could there be something between you and Diane, or something you might like to happen? New England's a beautiful place in the wintertime, Craig. Yeah. Interesting, though. Have you been to New England, Craig? I wonder if you have. Okay.
Yeah,
or is it a place you'd like to go?
Yeah. And it could be an acceptance of a situation. you know,
It could be.
where he accepted counsel from someone he respected, someone that he admired.
Yes.
That
Yep.
counsel came back that he resonated with. So
He does he has many times with readings from Diane, I know. So
there
yeah.
you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
You
It's
trust
fun.
Diane. Yep.
It's fun
Yep.
when you have those dreams where you like wake up and go, darn it, I wanted it to continue.
I know.
Or I want to go have some more fun. Right?
I know. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
so
I have that with my dad visits, and I wake up and it's like, oh, he's not here. You know, I don't like that to happen because you can't. I don't know if you can. I guess I could try to call him into my dreams, but you know, sometimes they're busy up there, and so
they can be busy.
they can be
They
very
can
busy.
be.
Yep. So Jess says, I've seen a lot of departed loved ones over the years. It started when my mom was transitioning. Oh. I have 3 kinds of visitation dreams. When they come to give me a message, let's see, when I interact with them in a scenario, and when they pop into the background. It's wonderful that you remember that.
Yeah.
That there's 3 different things, Jess. Wow.
Wow.
And how is number 1, when they come to give you a message, are you finding that it's a message you need to hear at that time, or is it sometimes a surprise when they give you a message, maybe something that you didn't consider or think about, possibly?
I love that she calls her mom.
Mom. That's what I used to call mine, Mom.
Mom.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, we're all so connected. It's you know, through spirit, through lifetimes, through generations of lifetimes, through eons. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
having that connection continue and having it feel just as alive and amazing as if they're sitting right next to us
Mm-hmm.
in that dream state is just such a beautiful part of being human, but spirit within the human. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
you know, the pleasantness of it, the openness, the availability, the heart open to come on in and spend some time with me. Just know that you are so completely loved, and the fact that they are so presenting themselves to you is an amazing thing, and
Yeah.
that you can see them regularly. I mean, that there are so many people that I talk to that are like, but I never see them. They don't come in. You know, what's wrong? What am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything
Not
wrong.
doing anything wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and it
Yeah.
may be that they did come and everything
You
was
just don't
fine,
remember.
and you just don't remember.
That's
That's the
right.
human part. Yeah.
But no, I'm happy for you, Jess. I think those are wonderful scenarios that you have. And there's a lot of people, as Kate said, that just don't have that they remember. And Amanda gave us some feedback. So the paralyzing dream, the first one she said was as a child. That makes sense. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
The woman crying was more recent, and she does think she's been visited by ETs. I really do think so. I do. I think that, and because the woman told you, don't you say anything, or don't you, and you know,
Yeah.
they may have, yeah, don't talk, don't say anything. Yeah.
Yeah, that could have been part of it.
Yeah.
It's difficult, especially as a child, because sometimes we just don't have the vocabulary or the life experience to understand what it is that we're seeing. You know, so she may have been seeing the ET and thinking it was a woman, because there was no other realm of what is this?
Right.
So,
yeah.
yeah, and it's
When I say that though to some people, when I say that, I mean, I'm glad that she kind of understands it, but sometimes you tell people and they freak out. I mean, I don't want anybody to freak out because there's no way I know for sure that happened. Sure. But if you are aware that it may be a possibility, and I think it's happened to me, so that's another thing. But I don't feel the negativity. Some people feel very negative. I think it just depends on the type of ET and the experience. In the beginning, I think they didn't really know what they were doing, you know, way back when. And now I think they're a little more careful when they, you know, come in and interrupt people.
Right.
Oh, yeah. This is a great one. The naked in school dreams. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you forgot to do your homework and you get called on. Isn't that the best?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I think we all have those who are just not quite ready.
Yeah. That's true.
That's so cute.
So back to Jess. Oh, wait a minute. She did it twice. Okay. All right. Let's see who else. Hello, Ocean Garnet. Okay.
And Craig is asking about dreaming is astro travel. Yes, it is. It's
It can
astro
be.
travel.
Yeah.
Out of body.
Out of body. That's where. Yeah. All right. Oh, Shelby Lisa, it's nice to see you. Thanks for coming. I'm glad you're here. Janet.
Yep. Jenna P. Lisa.
Thank you, Connie. Do 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 do.
I love it.
Oh, Craig, New England is gorgeous. I love it, and everybody should go at least once. But I'm a West Coast person too. And when I got here, and I finally started living here in 2007, I thought this is where I was supposed to be all along. So I understand. I do.
Is this Craig talking about the East Coast as far as?
Yeah, when he said he was in New England. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says he does trust Diane. We knew that. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the East Coast. I pretty much raised here in California since I was 3. And don't remember anything really before that. A little bit of Utah. But there have been places that we visited, like in England and in Malta, where I felt so at home that it was one of those experiences where you go, well, maybe in a past life, you know the streets, you know where you're going, you know, there's no fear, right? So
yeah,
you know,
it happened to me when I was a little girl. We traveled across the country, and I spent a lot of time laying in the back seat of a bench seat. It was a bench seat of my parents' car, reading, and once in a while I'd pop my head up and look around. Where are we? You know, it's endless when they're driving across the country. And I remember I sat up and I looked around and I said, oh, we were here before. My mother said, no, we never were here before. And I said, yeah. And she said, no, but she was very good about it. She just, she said, well, maybe you were, she was very open about things like that. But it was like, that was my first experience with a deja vu feeling. And so maybe I did live there before. And maybe that's why I don't want to live there again. It was down south.
Oh my gosh. That's how I feel about the pioneer days and traveling across the United States. It's like,
oh yeah. Yeah.
No, that was way too hard. I don't want to do that. I don't even want to do that.
I know.
Like,
and think about all the diseases and everything that they had that makes COVID seem tame in comparison.
We watched 1883, and what each episode, it was a cliffhanger on what was what they were experiencing that we don't think about too much anymore. And every time it would get to that intense moment, my husband and I would turn to each other and go, "Take the train." Because the Intercontinental train was available then.
Yeah.
Take the train.
Take the train, please.
Oh my God. Yeah. So.
Jess, I just saw that, and I'll get to the fourth part. I'm sorry. She had a rest of a question. So I will. Lisa, I know that Trump was going to announce at 6:00, and I just wish no one covered it. Yeah. I wish everybody just said, this is not news, So he's just such a... I wish he'd just
shake off the muck. Just shake it off.
Yeah.
Put on some nice dancing music and say, no, life is changing. Life is changing.
So, just fourth part of the question. Lately, I've seen alived ones with departed loved ones. In your dreams, I'm guessing, Jess? Okay.
It's okay, because spirit is spirit. So whether spirit is on the planet or whether spirit is in the realm, it doesn't matter. And it can travel from both places spontaneously. So it could very well be that the family reunion in your dreams is just that. It is those people, whether here or not here. And they are just as alive there. So, it's that connection to each other, that love that continues, that knowing who they are because of that love connection. That's a really beautiful thing. I'm actually kind of jealous because I'd love to
I know.
Save on airfare, and have the family reunion going. Maybe I'll suggest it
Really.
to everybody. Yeah, we'll have a dream meetup. But
Yeah.
yeah, totally available.
And you
Totally
know
available.
that they also just love things that you do that they used to do with you. Like making a certain kind of food or going to a certain place. So I'm watching my show, The Crown, which I've been watching that for a
Oh,
long time,
yeah,
and they the Queen's sister was at
Margaret.
a dance. Yep. And they played a song, and then they played. She's talking to somebody, and I can hear Moonlight Serenade in the background. Well,
Oh.
that's my mom and dad, So I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, well, you find me everywhere I go now.
Don't care, but bring your own popcorn.
That's right. That's right. And salt.
Yes, absolutely. Too much
Uh,
fun. It's great.
the other thing I want to say, Jess, about seeing them together, I'm wondering also if you're seeing. I really do believe our loved ones counsel us, help us, hang around certain people. It could be that that particular person is hanging around the live person. But like you said, Kate, everything is spirit. So, that's a
Mhm.
good enough explanation. But I'm thinking that if it was somebody that was attuned to that person and they were going through a period of time that they needed somebody there with them, maybe there's another connection there that's going on.
Mhm.
Um, you can hear this a lot when you see the real close to near death experiences of the dying in the
Right.
hospice and stuff, because they see angels and they see the whole family in the room and they talk to them
Right.
and yeah. So it's almost as though you have to have a certain set of glasses on, and that might be it might be that you're just getting to where they're going. So.
Right.
Wow. Well, weasels. All right. Okay, Craig. Oh, Donnie Trump. Yuck. Okay. Shelby Lisa.
Mhm.
That's a really cool avatar. Wow. My dreams haunted me as a child for no obvious reason. I would have death dreams about loved ones before they died. Unfortunately, my dreams would come true, not good dreams. I don't dream anymore. You have blocked it,
Yes.
Shelby. Yeah.
Yes. And and that is the really hard thing about a premonition dream. It's like,
Yes.
what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah.
Because you know that the circumstance is going to take place. So
Yeah.
why have the
You'd
preview?
rather not know.
Yeah.
Because we're not
And
meant to know. We're not really meant to know, like, when we're going to die and, yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
the only thing that I can think of is that they have a way of preparing you so that it's not such a shock. But having the dream ahead of time is still shocking. So
Yeah.
knowing that is something that you're capable of experiencing and have experienced, yes, it's totally understandable that you would not want to be dreaming and remembering
Absolutely.
those things again.
Yeah.
It's just it's a choice and it's part of the journey. And my heart goes out to you because you can,
Hmm.
just instead of maybe just ask them for fun for a fun dream. It
Yeah.
doesn't. It doesn't. They
One
don't
to
have.
make you laugh or something, to make
Yeah,
you laugh or, yeah.
because you know what, you're the one in control.
Hmm.
So guides are not here to push you or to tell you you have to go this way or that way. They're simply there to be of service to you. So you are the one in control. It's your free will. It's your life. They
Hmm.
want you to have the best one possible. So when you know that direction that you want to go in, ask for them to support that direction that you want to go in that brings your heart the most joy.
Yeah.
So if I were having, like, there are times where I wake up and my face is covered in tears. I
Hmm.
don't know what I was sobbing about. I just know that the human experience has this depth of sadness that can accompany it. It can also have that extreme joy
Hmm.
and that exuberance.
Right.
So if you want to have fun when you're dreaming, ask for a fun dream. Maybe it will even include marshmallows. We don't know.
You
But
don't know. No promises. Yeah.
Marshmallows, green M&Ms. There's all kinds. So, it's really, really up to you. And you have that power to control what they will bring in. You can tell them, nope, I don't want that anymore. Put up that filter. Okay. You can tell them just as much as they try and help you. So you're the one that they have to listen to. So you can put that filter in.
Because you're in charge. Yeah.
Yes.
You're in charge.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I remember Twilight Zone, and I was probably 5 or 6 when the show started.
Okay.
And one of them I watched was somebody had a portal under their bed that took them to another dimension.
Okay.
And now I know what dimensions are, and I know what portals are, and I know what all that stuff is. But I remember I couldn't go up in my room because I might have a portal underneath my so it was scary.
Yeah.
Scary stuff.
Imagination is a great thing, but sometimes we really need to have those bumper rails down the aisle.
We do.
We really need to know which way this is going or not going, just so that we don't have to worry about or be frightened by things.
Yeah, I know, because it was pretty creepy.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
I didn't even like the swirl thing. or the music.
No, even now when you listen to it, and it's in black and white, which makes it even creepier.
Yeah.
So Samantha had a dream where there are 3 people in a car, and they drove off a cliff into the water. They locked the doors, but I just floated out. I tried to help them, but they didn't want it. Ooh.
Yeah, I bet it felt real. That's a lot of detail. So Samantha's in the car with the other 3 people.
She's not driving it, though, it doesn't sound like.
Right.
She didn't say she was driving it. Yeah.
Right. And, to me, this means that we all have choices, that we would try and help others, and they have an option to accept the help. Or not.
Free will.
Yeah,
free will.
And the fact that you chose life where it looked like they didn't, maybe there was some sort of, I don't even want to guess at what it was that the others were experiencing, whether that was experimenting with something that could hurt them, some sort of behavior, some sort of addiction behavior that, no, I'm not going to go that route. I'm going to choose to not take that in, or I'm not going to go along with that part of what the group wants to do, and this was your way of confirming.
And that is groupthink. It's like, but they locked the doors. They were so determined that what their decision was the right one for them, that they locked the doors. But she let it flow. She floated out. And of course, water is the unconscious. It's emotion in the unconscious mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that can be really hard with friendships. I don't know if these people were friends, if these people were just random individuals.
Yeah.
If she is in a service-oriented, career, or whether, this is something, even, it could even be a kind of thing where she's a teacher and watching the students, be demanding and say, no, this is what we have to go do. And being, having that courage to say, no, I'm just going to float on by this. You go ahead. I'm going to float on by.
It takes a lot of courage to be different.
Does. Yes, it does.
It reminds me of the after World War II, they said, how could people, be told to do something so destructive and kill people? How does that happen? And so they had the experiment where they brought people in with an electrical shock, and they had this, this entire thing. And the person that was the teacher, they didn't know. They thought that they were giving an electrical shock to the student on the other side of the pillar.
Right.
It was called the Milgram experiment. And that person was told to just go, ow, stop, stuff like that. And most of the time, they didn't stop because they were told they were going to get paid if they went through with the experiment. And so for them, the money was more important than stopping the hurting of the guy on the other side of the. Yeah.
Oh,
it's really crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah. You still, all right, there you go. Because you can change your daydreams to do whatever you want. That's good news. Yeah.
Absolutely. There's a lot of fun to be had.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Greg says maybe that's when he went to New England, the dream about New England, maybe that was his trip there. Yeah. Okay, so Wiki, hi Wiki.
Hi, Wiki.
I don't know if you can answer, but I used to be able to astral travel, but haven't been able to do it. Is that due to medical issues? Wow.
Medication can do that. Medication can do it. It can also be the kind of thing where you're practicing of grounding and having the return golden cord. You need to be reinstated.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of people think that grounding cords or astral travel, you want to make sure that you have a golden cord attached to the back of your third chakra. So that will ground your spirit back to you. Okay. So if you're moving out, from your house to looking down at the city, to looking down at the state, to looking down at the planet, and then moving through the galaxy, you want to make sure that you have your guides and angels with you, and that cord is attached to the bottom of your third chakra as your spirit visits these other places. And then on the return, you want to tug on it, but before you actually enter, and that'll pull you back. So you tug on the golden cord. So before you actually enter, you bring in a blue cord that will filter out whatever it is that might be tagging along with you. You don't want to bring any.
Yeah, good idea.
You don't want to bring any astral dust with you. So it will just work as a screen that will shield and protect your spirit from re-entering your body at that point. But you always want to have that grounding cord through the third chakra, and then to make sure that you're actually grounded to the center of the earth. So it could be that some of that stuff just needs to be made new instead of. You can always ask for a new grounding cord. Oh, that one's old. Look at a little.
Give me a new charger. Yeah, give me a new charger.
Let's get a firm one. Let's get one that's going to go straight down, okay? You want to lock it in, right? You know what I mean? Because we are of the earth. Our bodies are of the earth. We want to be connected to the earth. But astral travel can also be so delightful. You can be so relaxing.
Feel like you're flying a lot of the time.
Yes, absolutely. It can be really, really beautiful. But you do want to take some precautions and some protections when you're going for a flight.
Well, at least I tell you what happened to me was at one point in my life, I was taking Ambien to help me sleep, and I was doing all kinds of stuff in the middle of the night. I was shopping. I was writing emails. And I couldn't remember any of it. So yeah, kind of scary stuff. Yeah.
It can be.
Yeah. So yeah, sex dreams with people you don't know. Well,
I mean, there again, you want to know, what was the feeling? Where were you? Were you in your home?
Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Yeah. I mean, did you feel violated, or were you enjoying yourself, or?
Right.
Yeah.
Exploring the humanness of us is not necessarily a bad thing, and it can be one of those things where you're questioning a foundational premise that you've been taught. So if you're questioning, how can I put this? I'm not very good with words today. I'm not really sure what's going on.
All right.
But in upbringing, you have, oh no, you can't do that because of this. Or if you do this, you'll have that. And they're foundational things that become a part of our thinking, become a part of our decision making. They become a part of how we live our lives. And it could be that you're questioning something, not necessarily sex. It could just be something of one of those pillars that says, I think I'm going to use a different pot. I don't have to use grandma's pot because grandma used it and then great grandma used it and then great grandma. I'm going to think for myself on this one.
Think for yourself.
And I really want to just not have to be hindered by guilt or by, yes, they were doing the best they could when they taught me that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to resonate with me anymore. So,
And it could be, you're right, Kate, exactly. And there's a thing called a schema, SCHEMA. And a schema is something that's part of our experience. It's our education and our upbringing and our experiences and our travels and everything all put together. And sometimes those are working at night. Those are working in different ways. And it's been said that healers are also very spiritual people, as far as transmuting sexual energy into other energies.
right.
And so it could be that as well.
Right.
So, yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that a spirit, there's any kind of
violated them or yeah.
So
if you did, I think maybe I would.
Did you need a cigarette when you woke up? I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to make fun. I'm just trying to be playful. I'm just trying to be playful with this because
So I got to throw this in. Do you smoke after sex? I don't know. I never looked.
Never what?
We have to throw something in front.
Yeah. Lots of
So Pierrette says, what would be the reason that I am so cold when I wake up from a nap? I shiver and need to get blankets and sweaters, and it takes 30 minutes to get warm. Is it that she astral travels?
Wow, that's an interesting question.
I don't think
it has anything to do with being in the atmosphere. I don't think it has anything to do with being in the galaxies. Naturally, when you're asleep, your body temperature does drop to try and heal. So there's a healing process that goes on when the body functions are all brought down to lower levels so that cells can rejuvenate and cells can become made new again. So it could be that there's some healing happening that you're noticing right before you wake up so that your body temperature hasn't come back up to speed yet. And I'm wondering too, Pierrette, if you're waking before the alarm, are you waking before? Is something else waking you so that you haven't naturally woken up? That something has interrupted your sleep pattern? A cat, the sound of a delivery truck, all kinds of different things can interrupt sleep so that your body temperature doesn't come back up to speed. But it's kind of and I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to.
I know. Yeah.
I'm just giving what I know about what happens when your body's safe.
When your body is that way. The best thing I ever bought for myself is a heated mattress pad.
Oh, nice.
And because I don't want it on top of me, getting me really hot. So I have it come up from underneath, and I haven't woken up cold since. So, and you live in a cold place, Pierrette. So,
does she? Yeah.
Yeah, she does. Craig says he bundles up at 3 a.m. Okay. Yeah. What I really hate is when you're really cold and you wake up and you've got to go to the bathroom. Am I going to make it, Yeah. Awful. Yeah. Especially when you're cold, you're shivering so much. Yeah.
It's so fun being human.
So fun getting older too, isn't it? Hi, Linda Newbold. You dream most nights. Do you have a dream you'd like to share with us? Anybody else that would like to share this evening? Shelby, you said you have relatives in New Hampshire. That's where I grew up. So that's really cool. Your family is very intuitive, and they take your dreams seriously. Well, they obviously, because your experience of the dreams that you had and then the losses that did come from the dreams that you saw were going to happen, you're definitely a psychic. But all right. Oh, Lisa does have one. I had a dream where I was aware I was in the dream. I even said to my cousin, I'll pinch myself, and I woke up and I did. That's a lucid dream. That's a lucid dream, Linda. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I recently had someone tell me that that they wanted to know how to control the dream because they were tired of where the dream was going. And I was like, well, what is it you don't want to hear? What is that? What? Because for me, the messages are always about something supportive. It's about something loving. When they've nudged and whispered and tugged and, and finally they're like, okay, you're not getting it. We're going to give it to you in this form so that when you wake up, you go, oh, what was that? Why did I dream that? Right. So there's that message. There it is. If you remember your dream, it's a message.
Absolutely. Wow. So Shelby grew up in the funeral home business, and I really admire you. I have a very dear friend who also did, and it's a different life. It's a different life when you grow up in the business. And you've been a funeral director. Yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
It is. It's a very special.
It is.
Special
You're a very special person. It's no wonder you're intuitive and psychic and so on. Because you've been around that death so much. I mean, I'm a person that likes to discuss death and dying because I don't think we talk about it enough. And we need to, we need to say what we want to say. But to live in a situation like that, that's I admire that a great deal. Thank you for letting us know. All right. Why are nap dreams so vivid?
Same reason.
Yeah.
Same reason. Yeah.
Wow.
I think there was an answer from Pierrette too about her husband's health waking her before she was ready to come out, to wake up.
That's it then. She hasn't been able to regulate back her
that sleep cycle. And that is really hard, and it's so important to have that on a regular, rhythm. Once it gets out of rhythm, then suddenly your day is running on adrenaline, and then you're shooting out cortisol, and then it's like, oh my gosh, to make that come back to a normal, healthy, cycle can just be such a hard thing to do. So
absolutely,
take lots of naps.
Yeah. Craig, I do remember it. The Milgram experiment was earlier in the 60s, and the one you're talking about was the Stanford Prison experiment, and that was done in the 70s. And again, another mind control sort of, or letting things go to your head type of scenario. You can always look on YouTube for both of those. You can watch it. You can watch both of them, Stanley Milgram, and the Stanford Prison experiment. So just so you know, it's very fascinating. I usually have my students watch it at least once a year or so. Okay, let's see. People are done. Oh, people call your family weird because you're in the funeral. Oh, yeah, I know. Well, that's because 6 Feet Under has brought, and Dexter and those types of shows have kind of brought.
Well, also I think that there are a lot of folks out there that don't want to have that conversation that says it continues. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of the fear of the unknown. They don't realize that they're experiencing it every night when they go to sleep. It's not anything different. Life continues. It continues. So, to have that fear,
Anita, this is great. I love this, Anita. Good old soap operas. You have a sex dream with one of the General Hospital guys. All right. Yay. Hi, Chrissy from down under, Footprint Tarot. It's nice to see you, dear. Awesome. She's down in Oz, Australia.
In Aussie.
Yes.
Where my brother is right now.
Oh, he is?
Yes. Oh. He and his wife Janet. They're in Australia.
Okay.
My family is just like all over the place.
Yeah. You absolutely can ask another question, sure. We've got just a few minutes left, but yes, please do. Yep. Who does these people think take care of our? I know somebody's got to do it. Just like somebody's got to collect the garbage, somebody's got to work at a sewage treatment plant. Those types of things. And so, I'd rather know. We knew our funeral director and his family really, really well. He's like a fixture in my hometown, and so understood.
There's Valerie.
Yes.
Hi, Valerie.
Hi, Valerie. Yes. We went to a funeral. My son said he couldn't go to it. Yeah. It has to be that person's decision, I think. I really, really do.
Right.
But you know.
It's too overwhelming, the emotion, especially for people that are highly empathic or intuitive. You know, the grief, that grief energy, it can just
Yes.
go so hard to deal with. It's so hard. Yeah.
Well, Chrissy, I'm glad you're doing your work from home today. It must be getting close to spring. Well, it is spring for you now, getting closer to summer. So I hope you're ready for it. And you got your bathing suit all set. There you go. Yeah. So we're just waiting on Jess to put up her question, and then so yes, people, please send Kate any emails, and she would love to work on your dreams for you.
There's no charge. There's no charge. And
no charge.
If it can help you feel better about something, that is my biggest joy. To be, to uplift and to share with you that these are not meant to be scary. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Kate and I are also working, and we'll be discussing hopefully soon, but I don't want to rush her. But it's Carl Jung's Dreams and Symbols book. And I took a whole bunch of notes because that's who I am. But I think the information is really interesting, and we'll have a talk. We'll chat about it when she's finished, but no hurry. I can go back, and that's why I took a lot of notes, because then I can go back and reread my notes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, if we were to do a homework assignment for the chat, I would say, look around in your life and see if you have your own symbols. If you can recognize your own symbols, right? For me, it might be, Super Bowl and a set of jacks, or it might be a backgammon game, or it might be my kitty. Okay, because those are things that I hold near and dear to me, that I understand what they mean when I see them, right? And to understand within your own dream what those symbols are when you see them. So when they pop in, is really an important aspect of just awareness, just that awareness, and how your angels and guides are talking to you, how your loved ones are talking to you. You know, are they presenting you with, what cigar smoke? Or are they sending pipe smoke? Are they bringing you flowers that you love? Just so that you have that connection and that communication, that conversation starter that says, "Hey, I would love to see you tonight. Bring me the nectar of the gods." I don't know where that's coming from. Bring me.
That's all right.
Yeah, right. Okay. Bring me a bag of popcorn, and I'll know it's you. Okay, or whatever the fill in the blank is. To have fun and reunite with those that you love. And it doesn't they don't have to have crossed over.
That's true.
Yeah.
And the other side of it is, keep your own dream dictionary, because there is one that's available, but it's you that makes the meaning more than anybody else, more than Kate and I, more than any dream dictionary book. Because, for instance, if you saw a German Shepherd, and maybe you hate dogs, maybe you don't like German Shepherds, but maybe you love them. It's going to have a different meaning for you than it would for somebody that felt differently about it. So
absolutely, absolutely.
Jess, I don't know. Are you still typing away?
The title of the book is
I put it up here. It's Dreams and Symbols, or Symbols and Dreams, or Carl Jung.
There you go.
It's Carl Jung with a Jung, and he actually, I just read something about him, and it said that it was in something else. It was the when I do my tarot cards, I do them by Jungian meaning, and it was that he was a mystic. He was definitely a mystic, and that was a mortal sin at the time. So So, he took a lot of chances. Oh, you already posted, Jess? Okay. All right, dear. All right. Jasmine scent when there is not jasmine around. I get cherry blend pipe tobacco. That's Dad.
Yeah, that's my dad too.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah.
It is.
No wonder they got us together. They're up there smoking a pipe. You know.
I know, right?
Oh, how you doing? Your daughter and my daughter.
Yeah. Well, so speaking of German Shepherds, when I had a reading once, my father came through, and the gentleman said, did your dad only have one leg? Did he only have one foot? Was he a bad dancer? You know how one leg dancer. Yeah. Did he? And he's like, oh my gosh, he is like yelling at me, and I'm like, okay, what's he yelling at? And he was like, he says to tell you he doesn't know what to do with the dog. My dad was from the part of the world where dogs were another mouth.
Dogs weren't that important.
Not respected. Okay. So for him to acknowledge the dog that had passed away before he did, and the dog's name was Tennis Shoe. Just one shoe. Penny.
Okay.
So Tenny was a huge symbol, right, within the family.
Yeah.
The German Shepherd, right? These experiences. So amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
You never know. You never know.
You never do. You don't ever know. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, we had a great time. We always do. Thank you for being so interactive and, of course, being so kind to each other as well.
Absolutely.
In the chat.
Yeah, so sweet. So many people that were in the chat that we didn't have a chance really to say hi to. We just really love
That's right. Yeah. I tried
really
to type it in for a while there, and we love you all, and we weren't trying to ignore anybody at all. Just there was a lot of questions and comments, and it was great. So thank you for being part of all of this. Kate and I will be back probably in a couple of weeks. We also will be on the 28th. It's a pre-recorded show for Monthly Musings that we'll be doing. And please check into Deb H. Purple Elephant's channel on Friday, where Kate does coffee talk.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Put the kettle on. Put the kettle on and pull up a chair. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
Yes, Jess, you can write to thedreamdetectives@gmail.com, and Kate will be glad to answer you. It's all one word, thedreamdetectives.
With an S, the two.
With an S, okay.
Yep. Dream Detectives.
Yeah. And Rhonda, I'm sorry, we're right at the end here, but thank you. You're a POA for your mother 2,000 miles away from, oh my goodness. Oh yes, I think that would be very hard to take care of her that far away. Mm-hmm. I surely send you lots of love and respect for what it is that you're doing. And
Well, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. And you know what? Dream big. Dream big. This is the time to make your imagination soar. Enjoy all of the wonder and excitement and possibility that imagination gives us. And most of all, may all your dreams be sweet ones.
May they all come true, or even better than what you can dream. How about
there
that?
You go. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kate.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks,
Bye.
Valerie. It's nice to see you. Bye, everybody.